Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 5th. It is 6:18 right now. We got market opening up in about 12 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. And let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, link is sent out. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. On down to the 8-hour time frame, down to the 4-hour, on down to the 2-hour, on down to the 1 hour here, or sorry, 15-minute, dropping down to the 10-minute, and back to the 1 minute over here. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 5th. It is 6:21 right now. We have market opening up in about 9 minutes. Looking at where price is currently sitting here, it's currently consolidating within this middle area at this point. We have liquidity sitting above, which is probably going to get hit pre-market. Right here at 44,714. We have liquidity sitting below as well, over here at 44,698, which will probably get hit pre-market as well. We have more liquidity sitting down here, 44,618. Below that, 44,604, and a couple more levels down here as well. So, all right, we got market opening up in about 8 minutes. So I marked up liquidity over here, guys. Price, obviously, as you guys can see, is consolidating sideways. Price has been bullish, looks like, since down here. So I'll just draw a green line down there so you can kind of see how the buyers are currently in control. We also had news this morning at 5:15. So high impact news at 5:15, it was positive. Then we have more news at 6:45, 7, and 7:30. So first 5:15 here. So some high impact news right there at 5:15. We have more news here, 6:45. Color that blue. 7 o'clock. and 7:30. I'll just color this with I'll change the color on this just for this specific one. So there's no confusion there. Just stuff to be careful for. All right, guys, looking at price right now, it's still consolidating sideways. ATR is currently at 9 right now, so it's actually really low. You can see the consolidation right here. Much going on. Yeah. Price is just consolidating right here. Let's go over here to the market structure bias chart. So I'm gonna mark up market. Let's see, this looks kind of like these candles are super small yesterday when it closed. Buy, so all right, so looking at where price is currently sitting right now, it's within this pink box. This box indicates that this is where price was sitting yesterday for market close. This indicates that market is moving inefficient right now because it hasn't really pushed away since market closed yesterday. As you can see, this is yesterday's close. And the box above and below is yesterday's high and yesterday's closed low. So price is pretty much sitting in the same area as yesterday's close, which is not necessarily where you want price to be, of course. You want price to be moving efficiently. So we'll kind of see what happens here when market opens. Otherwise, we for the most part want price to be at a specific area. I'll know the direction of the breakout shortly. As you guys can see, price here is just moving sideways. There's not any direction here right now. Consolidation, very strong consolidation right here. It's not even pushing very far out. Consolidating about 10 points. So we'll see what happens in the breakout here shortly. Here's a clean chart. I'm gonna draw. Actually, I'll leave these right here so you can kind of see where structure is moving yesterday. So price is kind of just sitting right here at this whole number. It's this is the clean chart, not really much else on the chart aside from this whole number. It's sitting at the 44,700 mark. Let's go over here to the SR chart. Big zone right here. See if there's any upper zones. Look out for. There's a 1 hour resistance. All right, so price is currently in the 1 hour resistance right now. It's currently bouncing off it, coming back into this consolidation area. So it's coming down right here. It's probably going to push into this area to consolidate down here. We got market opening up in about 2 minutes, guys. I marked up the SR chart. So this is the support resistance charts. This area up here is going to be the 1 hour resistance. Price is currently sitting in it. If we push into this area, I'll probably get rid of it and then I'll just mark smaller zones within. But this is the 1 hour resistance right now. Looking at the breakout for today, it's looking like it's going to be a buy. If you guys sat in on the breakout yesterday, you guys saw that was moving kind of crazy. So I'm probably going to hold off on the breakout today specifically. If you guys saw, price kind of pushed up about like 100 points almost on the previous candle, and then it came down very sharply after. So this is the if this candle closes with a buy signal, the breakout for today is going to be a buy. If the candle's too big on the 629 candle, then obviously flip it. Otherwise, continue riding it up for a buy. So let's see what's here so far. Morning, Maria. Morning, Lila. Morning, Christian. Morning, Glenn. Morning, everybody. Looks like market's going to open up shortly in about 1 minute. Okay, so the breakout for today is going to be a buy, guys, if anybody is looking to take it. Again, I'm not taking the breakouts yet because you guys have seen how the breakouts have moved this week. This is NFP week. It's just, again, there's not very much consistency. Last week, the breakout hit pretty much every day of the week except for Friday. But this week, again, we've been stuck in this consolidation where there hasn't been too much movement, which we don't really like, right? So right here, you can see how price kind of broke out of the consolidation, but it was a very sketchy breakout. It faked out below right here, and then it swung all the way up right there to knock out, obviously this level here. So it's going to move that liquidity up a little bit higher. Again, if you guys are looking to take a breakout, it's going to be a buy for today. I'll follow it, but I'm not going to be taking it myself, at least not yet. So we got market opening up in 3, 2, 1, and market is open. Here is the breakout for the day. We'll follow it, kind of see where it goes. The 50-point mark is going to be right here for those of you looking to get out at 50. Looking at the time of sales, the buyers are flooding into the market here, so they're going to try to push price up, it looks like. So we'll come back and take a look at that shortly. Looking at this here, I mean, price is really just in a really big range right now, so it's kind of a messy move here on open. Don't see any price action patterns here indicating, direction, so hold off for now. So it looks like the sellers might be back in control around this specific area. But I'm going to wait to see if there's any confirmation that the sellers are actually in control. So liquidity here got hit. We'll take that off. We got liquidity sitting up here. So actually looking at this right now, there is a double wick rejection. So when price came down very hard from this area at 629, there was a double wick rejection right here. So that is a reversal pattern to the downside. So as you can see over here, the sellers are currently trying to be in control there. It hasn't really been established yet. Price came down here for open, but looking at this here, we just have one reversal pattern up here. This is a double wick rejection. This green candle has a wick on the same level as its red candle. That's a reversal to the downside. What I'll be looking for here next is I'll look for some sort of other confirmation. Hey, what's up, Sam? Morning. What I'll be looking for here is I'll look for another confirmation. So I'll look for some sort of engulfing candle down here or some sort of reversal to continue the push to the downside, right? So I'll look for this here to push up a little bit and then come down lower. If price does drop any lower, the target here is going to be this liquidity target down here. Liquidity target and the news price. This pink line right here is the news price from 515. This was a high impact news event that happened over here. It was the ADP employment change. It was positive news. So from this news event right here, you can see that price did push up. News happened here, price pushed up. It looks like it's trying to fill this. Some people would call this a gap. I don't necessarily call this a gap, but basically that's kind of what happened right here, right? Price kind of pushed down. Let's take a look at liquidity. So there's a gap area right here that price wants to push through to. And if it does push through this area, it's going to likely target this liquidity target down here. This pink line and this blue line down here. So we'll kind of see what happens here in a few. Again, we're kind of just playing by ear, guys. Not necessarily looking to jump into anything yet, but you're waiting for it. So one thing too that happened yesterday, guys, I had a one-on-one mentoring session that was recorded. If you guys want to understand the MPS V2 strategy, I explained it in like basic form with Mike yesterday. So I see that there was about quite a bit of views that watched the video. If you guys want to watch it, I had a mentoring session yesterday that was on YouTube. So just go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, go to the YouTube channel. Go to live, or yeah, go to live, and then you'll see this one right here that says live private mentoring. I went over this specific strategy in general, the MPS V2, if you guys are wanting to learn that specific strategy. So looking at this over here, there's a possible MPS V2 that's setting up right here. Again, I'm not really looking to take anything yet. Brock's not in the room right now, but me and Brock have talked about, waiting for the market here to stabilize. Typically, it's around like 645 because we're still getting a lot of this crazy movement here on open. And I'm just not looking to take anything here specifically yet until the market kind of stabilizes a little bit. But if you are looking to take the MPS V2, we're looking for price to come back below this momentum signal right here. So you're basically looking for a red candle to close below this point for this type of pattern. And once it closes below here, that's where you're going to be looking to take your sell entry. But I'm not taking that yet. Of course, I'm waiting for the market here to stabilize a little bit. It's starting to stabilize slightly, but it's not. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's quite ready yet. The buyers might be back in control though. You can see here we have an engulfing candle back to the upside. This green candle is engulfing this red one. So this could be a sign that the buyers are back in control from this point here, which is fine. We don't care where price is going. We just want to know where price is going and follow that movement. John's asking if the breakout hits stop loss. Let's check. Yeah, so the breakout did hit stop loss today. Again, guys, I didn't take the breakout. I'm just following it for you guys here. Like I said, the breakout still isn't very consistent. The breakout last week was very consistent. It hit Monday through Thursday. So Monday through Thursday, it hit full TP for 100 points. Had one loss on Friday. And then today, yesterday, it was very tricky. We had the big candle prior to open. And then for today, you can see right here, it hit stop loss. I wouldn't be surprised here if it comes all the way back up after hitting stop loss. But again, this is the reason why I don't like taking the breakout, because you can see there's no consistency here, right? Here's the thing. If this hits stop loss for 50 points, and then it comes back here and hits this 50 points, then it means it doesn't matter which direction you took it. If you took it for a sell or you take it for a buy, it would still be a loss, right? So either direction you take it would be a loss. The only way that this here could be consistent is if this here doesn't actually pull back up. If this is a loss and then it pulls back lower to 100, then that would be efficient, right? Because we want the trade to lose. Like we want it to win and we want it to lose. We don't want the breakout to be going back and forth. We either want to have a loss on this trade or we either want a full win. The problem with this here is if this happens and price keeps going back and forth between like, the 50-point mark, then yeah, you can probably ride this position for 50 points. Like you do a 1-to-1, 50-50. But the whole data set on this specific strategy is to trade it as a 1-to-2. So that's why it's a little tricky to take this specific strategy. I'll have the stats up for you guys later for January. January was actually pretty good. It was very decently profitable for the most part. But again, I just don't trust the strategy very well, especially trading it on the hedge accounts to hold on to it or just to take it consistently, because it does. What happens a lot of times is like we end up taking the losses and we end up missing the wins. Because the consistency is like win, lose, win, lose. But whenever it has two losses, we don't take the next trade and that one ends up winning. So it's always a little bit of an issue. So I'm going to hold off on taking the breakouts. I'll keep identifying it for you guys, but I'm not going to be taking it myself until I do feel comfortable. And I'll let you guys know when I do feel comfortable and when the market tends to move more directional. So looking at this here, market has opened over here at the 630 mark, right? This is where market open. Let's color it black. And you can see over here from the queen chart that there's just not very much that has happened. Price is kind of just going back and forth for the most part. Right, it's just going back and forth. So price is back to open now. Looks like the buyers, I mean, obviously buyers are back in control here. Buyers been in control here since 6:31, so basically a minute after market open. Price is pushing up. The reason why the buyers here got in control, and this is looking like really nice for buys here. The reason for this specifically, and price came up and touched the liquidity target at this point. The reason why this is looking good here for a buy is because we have a lot of reversal patterns indicating that the buyers are in control. So the price started pushing up right here. We have one confirmation here to an engulfing candle. This is a reversal pattern back to the upside. And then we have another engulfing candle right here on this buy signal. All right, so price has been pushing up. We have one reversal pattern to the upside right here. Price pushed up again, retraced a little bit here, another engulfing candle right here. This indicates that the buyers are in strong control right now. We have two patterns indicating that price is bullish. We have this bullish push right here. Now we have news coming up at 6:45. So we're getting really close to the news right here. So I might just sit out until the news passes. However, I'll kind of see how price here, obviously moves along the way. And looking at where price is currently sitting right now, we're probably gonna have to wait anyways because there is a liquidity sitting right here, but it's also a session. So see that green line right there? It's a red flag. So I can't really take any buys around this area. It's a red flag area. The good thing that we have here is that price is trying to push out of this pink box, right? Like I mentioned earlier, we want price to push out of this box, whether it pushes above or whether it pushes below, because this will show that the market is moving efficiently. Right now it's inefficient because it's in the same market close from yesterday. This means that price hasn't gone anywhere. It's kind of just sat down here in the middle. This is where market closed yesterday. This is the market close high, and this is the market close low. So this whole area right here in the middle is not a good area to be trading in anyways. This is an inefficient market structure. All right, no entries here yet. We got news coming up in about 5 minutes. You guys probably want to sit tight and wait. That's what I would do. Buyers are still in control here. The sellers might be back in control though. So we have a double wick rejection right here, guys. We have a double wick rejection. This is a reversal pattern to the downside. There's no confirmation yet, but this could be a possible reversal back down. So as you guys can see, we've been kind of dealing with this. Take this line. We've been dealing with this pretty much all week, where the market here it goes into a big range, right? So this is a clean chart. You guys can see things a little better here. But from this clean chart here, you can see that price is like, it gets stuck in these ranges. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. If this is the case and this candle closes above, this is an MPS V2 entry, but there is a red flag right here at this liquidity line. So it's a red flag for me. I'm not going to take any trades around this area. But if you guys do want to take it, this here would qualify as a MPS V2 entry. So just a heads up, it would have to close above this momentum signal. So basically above this black line. It didn't close above it, so there's no entry there for MPS V2, at least not yet. This is the same problem we ran into yesterday, right? If you guys were following my live session yesterday, I took a trade and the candle was like way up here. At the last second, it dropped below and I was already trapped in the position because I was already in it. So I kind of got screwed with this kind of setup yesterday. Again, today, I'm going to make sure that the candle actually closes above and doesn't pull back below like it did yesterday, because yesterday was my bad. That was a trade that shouldn't have been taken, but obviously I got caught in the price fake out. So again, if you're looking to take an MPS V2, we need price to break and close above this black line. It's not there yet. That's where you need price to close above. Let's see. Let's see, Falange said engulfing triple confluence. Yeah, that was it. Engulfing triple confluence. The problem with this here though is like you'd have to get, so if I was to take this entry here for an engulfing, I would probably only take it for like X amount of points, like maybe 10 points. Because the problem with this here is that it was at the sessions, right? Like I would have to go for like 10 points there because the sessions was right here. So I would have tried to, I would have just wrote it to the sessions like that. So I mean, it was a nice little push, but I would have gotten out right there where the session was at. Yeah, that was a good, I mean, that's good analysis of it. It was a triple confluence because it broke and closed above this higher high. It was also a bullish and, the target obviously that I would aim for would be above that area there. So price never pushed above this momentum signal, guys. There's no MPS V2 here. I'm gonna take this off. We now have a sell signal here. Nice. Yeah, Solange said he took it for 10 points. Sessions are everywhere. Yeah, they're all over the place right now. So there's a lot of red flags. We got a New York high right here. We have opening price right here, Asia high right here, and London high right here. So a bunch of red flags within this whole middle area. I don't really want to trigger on this area. I want price to push above it. And then I'll look for some entries up here. So I'm okay with looking for some entries up here. It's an open spot up here. So this is an open area. No more red flags once we get up here. But this middle area down here, there's just too many red flags. All right, we got news coming up right here in about less than a minute, a few seconds actually. And here goes the news. The news is on the exact price of opening price. So literally on the same dot. The news for right now was the balance of trade, or it was the S&P Global Services PMI. So we had inflation news right here come up. Hasn't loaded yet, but got that coming up right now shortly. It was positive. So positive news right here for the high impact news event. See, Sam is any buy risk free. Solid, Sam. Did you catch that bounce right there off the sessions? Looks like that'd be a good area to buy from. Hey, Barack, morning. So no entries yet, Brock, for MPS V2. I mean, there's one here that was pre-market and it hit pretty nice. It was a buy signal, price retrace, push back up right there. There's a pre-market entry for the MPS V2, but nothing yet for market open. So we got a buy signal right here that's currently pending. See what happens here. Gosh, you see that right there, Sam, right? Double body rejection from the bottom end. All right, we got the buy signal right here. Buy signal pending. Again, I would want price to push above this area past the sessions in order for me to take something here. Looks like it might be a consolidation zone. All right, so we're getting V1s like in both directions here. There's another V1 variation right here. We did have a buy signal closed, but it is a double body rejection. This seems like this is a theme for this week, guys. We have a lot of consolidation, a lot of ranging markets, just kind of what we've been dealing with this week for NFP. Markets have been like this since Monday. So we'll try to look for some entries here, but of course, there's just nothing to take here right now. Brock, so for your MPS V2, I think this is gonna be a tricky area to trade because if price does close above this, obviously, this momentum signal right here. The main issue that we're gonna be stuck with is the sessions above, right? Because the sessions is like right here. So if it closes above, it's gonna be stuck right there. I would wait for price to kind of push out of this area. So I'd look for price to break above it. And then right here, I'll be looking for these specific entries. Up here. Yeah, exactly. Brock said red flag or you don't mind waiting. Same here. So here's the consolidation that we're just, I just drew up right here. I had a feeling price was going to consolidate around this area. I was going to say the buyers might have been in control here, but not yet. The sellers are still in control right now. So price pushes below here, Brock. It's fine. We can start looking for some sells down here instead. So we just want price to push out of this red flag area. Looking at this here, we have two confirmations of reversals to the downside. Double wick rejection there, double body rejection right there. So not really a big deal here. Let's see here if price ends up coming down. If not, I mean, this has kind of been the recurring theme this week. A lot of fake outs, obviously we have some consolidation, price pushes out, fakes out, comes back up, more consolidation, fakes out, pulls back up. Let's see if it actually stays down here. So if it stays down here, ideally that'd be what we want to see. Okay, perfect. So we got price coming down right here. This is a good sign right here because we want price to stay below this area anyways. So if price stays below this area, target price point here is going to be this liquidity target. Right, this is where we're expecting price to come down and touch. So if that's the case, we want price to stay down here so we can take this as an MPS V2, right? Push down, retrace, come down further. Take our entry somewhere down here. Ride this down to the liquidity target. All right, so just gotta wait. Gotta wait for this here to confirm. It's gonna be a little bit of a tricky area here because if price comes down to this, there's another liquidity target right here. All right, so what I'm looking for is I'm going to look for an engulfing candle right here. I want this green candle to stay kind of small, and then I want an engulfing candle back down, something like this. So I don't want to push too up because if it pushes too high, it's going to be touching the sessions right there, which it already is. We don't want price to be touching the session. That's a red flag. So I like this candle to stay like maybe like a little small square down here. So we can possibly get a engulfing candle back to the downside. So it looks like our setup here might be coming out broad for MPS V2. Or if it continues to push down and it doesn't close green, that's fine too. We'll just continue waiting for that retracement. So no green candle there yet. First target's going to be this liquidity target right here. Next target's going to be the one below it right here. So ideally, that's kind of where I'm seeing price hit first. So it's pushing down to this level of liquidity. So Sam's looking for a sweep here. Could be a sweep around this area right here. Sam. So I do have liquidity sitting down here, like you said, it could be a sweep down here and it's shoot back up. For us, we're probably, well, the analysis lines up together right here, Sam, because you have a sweep in mind. I have price kind of pushing down, hitting the target and then coming back up. So if we get an engulfing candle right here, a strong red candle, that'd be a good sign. Because then this will be pushing down lower. So price could come down and sweep this liquidity at this point. Yeah, so the sweep here happened exactly where Sam mentioned. Ideally, I want it to sweep a little lower, it's this lower level right here. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to look at the price action here. That liquidity did get targeted. It got knocked out already. I'm looking for this here to come down. So if this candle comes down right here and it closes red, then this is going to be an entry for MPSB2. It's not looking like it's going to happen, but it might close at the last second. I'm going to watch it here just in case. No, not going to happen. We have 4 seconds on this candle. Okay, so we might have the entry right here, Brock, if the candle closes red. Ideally, I want it to close a little bigger than this one. This will be an engulfing and a double body rejection. So if this candle here closes red, it'll be a double body rejection. And if it closes down here and red, it'll be a double body rejection plus engulfing. Let's see. Volatility here is starting to slow down a little bit. Take a look at the time and sales. It's pretty mixed, not really one-sided right now. All right, Brock, entry might happen here if this candle closes red. I gotta for sure know it closes red though. We got this candle closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Order submit or.
Okay, so this candle actually didn't close red, guys. So I'm gonna get out of it. I'm out of that position. I made a small profit. I gotta be safe on this position here. You can see how my position got in and I got out very quickly. This candle did not close red. I'm not gonna get caught in these fake outs like we did yesterday. So I got in and I got out because it shrunk at the last second. This trade did push through. It's probably gonna hit TP, but I'm not gonna take that risk. I took this risk yesterday and unfortunately I ate a loss. So I'm being smart about my positions today. Same thing that happened yesterday. It was red and then at the last second it just disappeared. So it looks like it's gonna hit and it did. I mean, it's okay. It's just, the market that we're in. I gotta play it safe. I'm not gonna get caught in these traps anymore. You get screwed a couple times and you learn from it, right? That's a key thing. So I got screwed yesterday taking this trade. Here I got out for like 3 or 4 points, so it's okay. Still made some pretty decent profit on it, but I'm not gonna get caught in that trap again like I did yesterday. So let's see what we got. Look for the next one now. Man, it would have been a good entry too, Brock. If this here just would have closed red, it would have been a good entry. So this one over here is the actual entry now, but it was at a red flag. So this is the actual entry, Brock. The actual entry is on this following candle. Damn, I didn't even think to take that one, but it would have been a red flag. So we had news right here. So this right here is the actual entry, guys, for the MPSB2. The one down here, because this one did close below the momentum signal. We had price push up. This one over here didn't count. This one over here was the actual close. But it was at the red flag here, which is news price. So it did exactly what we talked about earlier, Sam. I know I talked about the liquidity getting wiped over here. So it did sweep the liquidity that was down here. Sam's liquidity sweep was at this level, but the actual sweep it's still sweeping. It's sweeping all the liquidity down here. So hopefully you got out of that, Sam, with some profit, or you got moved your stop loss in profit. Yeah, Wes, you're right. So yeah, the current candle, this one here was the actual entry. But it would have met my red flag here because this was a high impact news event at 5:15 this morning pre-market. So I wouldn't have wanted to take the entry there anyways. But I locked in some partial profit here, so that's fine with me. I'll just wait for the next entry here to come up. screenshot what I've locked in so far. So I don't really lock in anything too crazy on that because I just got a few points on that move there. And I'll just mark it up here for you guys so you guys understand where these profits came from. Yeah, so this liquidity here, all the liquidity here got knocked out. We got news coming up in about a minute. Pop one of these, so I don't have to. I'll put a note here. First entry did not close properly. Actual entry following did last through TP further. All right, so we got news coming up here shortly. I will so I'll just put my current profits right now. It's not very much because I got out very quickly. The trade didn't close as it should have, so I just ended up pulling out of it. But here are some of my profits from that specific entry there. Huge push right here, news candle. Yeah, so this was the entry that I took, and these are the profits that I made on that. So I made very partial profits on that there. About like 200, 300 bucks each account. Because I pulled out at like a few points in profit. All right, so the news event right now that just passed was the ISM services PMI with some more inflation news right here. It was negative, but you can see here that price did the opposite. It was very negative news and price pushed to the upside. This is why I don't trade news, and this is why I don't really like to follow news, because it doesn't really matter what they forecast or what happens. You know, price can easily just get manipulated to the upside. The news was negative, but then price here pushed up, spiked up about 76 points. All right, so we got price coming back down further right now. Looks like price may consolidate around this area, so we'll see if the consolidation happens around this point. Buyers have not they haven't came back in control yet. So this might be a consolidation area. This is kind of just what I'm predicting. But we'll see what happens here shortly. So there goes the news event at 7 o'clock. We have a lot of news events down here. We have the one at 7 o'clock, the one at 6:45 that happened over here on news price. And this one right here is at 5:15 pre-market news. So the sellers have been in control since 6:37 from this point right here. Sellers have been pushing price down. There's no other confirmations here of any reversals to the other end. So the sellers are still in control. Plus the news over here was negative, so it makes sense for price to drop even further. But it looks like price might just consolidate within this area right here. I already drew the consolidation zone, so we'll see if it respects it. If it doesn't respect the consolidation zone, then I'll just delete this box. This is just something that kind of eyeball just in case price does consolidate. Because this has been what's been happening every day this week, right? We had consolidation here pre-market, consolidation right here on open, price broke out, now back to the consolidation down here after the heavy news event. Yeah, Christian said the funny ones, funny that the ones we get out are the ones who hit 1 to 2. I know, Christian, right? Like for this one over here, this would have been a very nice push. This would have went all the way down and through. But no, obviously we didn't end up holding on to it. I haven't even seen any inside bars, Christian. Like I've been looking for those reversals. Okay, we got a big order that just came in. Let's see, big order, 54 contracts for a buy at 703. For some reason, this thing's coming down super sharp though. So someone dropped a huge contract for a buy there, but I mean, price just ended up not even respecting that huge buy. So it looks like price is reacting to the news now. The news that happened right here at 7 o'clock, it was negative. This right here, ISM Services PMI. So the news was negative. Price got manipulated. It actually pushed up, and then now it's coming down very sharply. So this consolidation here didn't really hold for very long. And it is dropping further. We're currently at the Asia low. There's more sessions below this point now. So we knocked out this liquidity. This liquidity is getting knocked out as well. Well, not yet, but almost. All right, so here's the good thing. We're out of this market congestion right here, right? So like I was talking about this earlier, I drew this box. I pretty much draw this box every morning. This here is a market structure bias. This is where market closed yesterday. So we had yesterday's close here, yesterday's close high, and yesterday's close low at this point. That's why I drew a box around this whole area. Now that price is actually broken out of this area, this is good because you want price to stay below here, right? It doesn't matter if it comes back up, but we want price to stay outside of this box. Now that price is down here, this indicates that market is moving efficiently because it's not stuck at where it was yesterday. So this is a good sign here. That price has dropped pretty far off. Let's take a look at the breakout of what happened here. Okay, so this is good too for the breakout. Even though the breakout did lose for today, this shows that the breakout is efficient. Same with what I was talking about with the market structure. This here shows a loss, but this is a full loss. It's not exactly where it pushes down and then it pulls back up to it hits loss on both ends, right? For this right here, it hit loss, but then it actually chose a direction. So it actually came down, and if we were to take this for a sell instead, right, if we take the sell instead of the buy here, then the 100 points would have gotten hit. So this is a good market structure or market conditions for the breakout now, because we're actually having the 100 points hit. It's not going back and forth between 50 points. So hopefully tomorrow for the breakout, for those of you who do decide to take it, hopefully that it moves, consistently so that you can actually reap the benefits of the volatile and directional move. Because we want price to be directional. We don't want price to be going back and forth, right? We don't want this to happen. We want price to either come down consistently or come up consistently. Doesn't matter which direction, but we just want it to move directional. All right, so we got price here, obviously trending to the downside. Let's go to our clean chart. So this looks like the area of consolidation now. This lower point here, sticking to this middle point, which is the median, I guess, 44,500, and it's now going sideways down this area. So if this is the case, then we have some more consolidation right here. See what happens next. So consolidation push down. We do have a double body rejection here, so this might be the initial push to the upside for the buys. So buyers might be back in control from here. So I'm just gonna mark this up. If price pushes up, then okay, great, the buyers are back in control. Looking at this here, so we have a double body rejection here. This is a reversal pattern. Price is pushing down. We had a double body, price pushed up. Another double body right here, or actually no, this isn't a double body. It's close, but not quite. All right, let's see what happens. The volatility here is kind of slowed down a little bit. There's only been one MPS V2 that's came up, which is around this area. These momentum signals didn't provide any opportunities for entry. See, Sam says he needs a V1 for a buy. For me, that news turned the structure for sell to bullish in 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly, it did. So the buyers look like they may be back in control here, guys. We can't say for sure, but at this very moment, the buyers are trying to push price to the upside. If you guys are new here, if you guys are not familiar with like what I'm talking about, basically I draw these lines here. So these horizontal lines, this red line means that the sellers were in control. The green line means the buyers were in control. The red line again right here means the sellers were in control. And then down here I put our green line. And the reason for that is because price was climbing down. Right. Then we had a reversal pattern right here. Double body V1 pattern. And price is not climbing up. So I already kind of anticipated the buyers to be back in control here without having much to look at other than the reversal pattern right here. So I'm identifying these reversals back and forth, right? Reversal to the upside, reversal to the downside, reversal back to the upside right here. Sam said, I want to wait for more, wait to form some structure again, as I cannot trust news movement. Yeah, and I agree with you 100%, Sam. Yeah, I wouldn't trust news movement either. We have more news over here at 7:30, but this is just gas stock change. This happens every Wednesday, so it's not something that like necessarily affects the market super heavily. We do have gas stock change right here at 7:30. We have crude oil stock change and gas stock change. Happens every Wednesday, so this isn't something to really be too alarmed about. If we have an entry that comes close to this news price, I probably wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me too much. Let's see, Maria said it missed a little bit. Let me check. Thanks, Maria, for mentioning that. Yeah, you're correct. All right, so there's actually no double body right here. Thanks, Maria, for clearing that up for you. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to see when there's like a little bit of a gap, and Maria did spot that. So there's actually no double body here. There's no V1 variation. I mean, they're both really close. This one's super close, and this one right here is super close too, but it's not exactly a double body. So we don't have the buyers in control yet, guys. Once I see a reversal pattern somewhere around this area, if I see a double body or if I see a double wick or if I see an engulfing candle, then okay, I can establish that the buyers are back in control. At this very second, the buyers are still not in control. So thanks, Maria, for confirming that for us so I can take that off there. The sellers are still actually in control here right now. Sellers been in control since 6:37, so about 30 minutes or so. Sellers have been pushing price down. This here could just be a small retracement. So we got consolidation here, small retracement, and possibly another continuation to the downside. This might be the double body that we were looking for. Let's see this again. I'm gonna draw a line here to make sure this time. Okay, so yeah, there's actually a double body here. So if this closes as a green candle, there's an actual double body rejection here. Candle has to close green though. If it doesn't close green, no double body. Very, very small double body there. So again, I can put my green line right here. If price pushes below this point, it's going to invalidate it. So right now we do have the reversal pattern right here. It's very, very small. It's not a strong reversal pattern, but it's nonetheless a reversal pattern at this point. So again, the buyers have been trying to get in control here since 7:03. It's been 10 minutes since. So we'll see if the buyers here do push price up. If they don't, then that's fine. We're not looking to predict anything here. We're just waiting to have some confirmation. Waiting for that confirmation and then look for entries along the way. So this here is an MPS V2, Barack. I'm not going to take it, of course, but this is an MPS V2. We have a buy signal here, price retraced, and confirmed again right here. So this is an MPS V2. The problem is that we have a bunch of red flags around this area, right? We don't want to trade around where news is at. Any of these lines that go from left to right, this pink line right here, this dotted pink line, we don't want to trade at any of these areas. We don't want to trade at this pink line, this red line. Let's take out this black line. The black line's okay. So we don't want to trade at the pink line, the red line, the purple line, the green line, any of these areas right here, the blue line. It's not good areas to be trading in because we get price manipulation on those points. But there is an entry here for an MPS V2. Buy signal, retracement, confirmation. This ideally is supposed to push up. This is a continuation pattern. So this is probably going to hit. Not in the position. I just want to mark it up so that you guys can see it. Again, it was at a red flag area. We're pulling back into the market structure here. So looking at this here, this may be a break and retest of the structure and a possible continuation back down. I mean, who knows? Surprise volatility here has died down. Well, not really that surprised. It's 7 o'clock, so volatility typically does die down around these points, but it is a little bit slower right now. ATR is currently at 32, but these candles are a lot smaller than the previous ones. About a 10-point candle. All right, so here we go with the slow movement again, like yesterday. The thing with yesterday is that the slow movement happened so abruptly. As soon as we got into our position, it was like mini candles for like the next 10 minutes or so, which might be the case here again. So I'm just going to take this off, guys. I don't want you to think that I'm in the position. I was just marking up a possible MPS V2 entry. The thing is, we have a bunch of red flags here. This, again, is it's an example of like why I don't take trades around this area, right? This is like a clear example here because manipulation happens around these points. So any of these lines that go left to right, pink, red, purple, green, I don't trade around any of these areas here. These areas tend to be areas of manipulation. So another liquidity target up there. 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 I'm not going to draw a liquidity target here yet until we have some sort of confirmation. Let's see, Sam City got the break and retest, 10 points still in with risk-free. Nice. Did you take the buy here? Sam, I'm assuming you took the buy here somewhere. Let's see, there is no, it's not a double body rejection. So again, going back to the entry we talked about earlier, guys, I think it already hit TP right there. Yeah, so it came down really close to hitting stop loss, but then it came right back up and hit TP. I mean, I wouldn't take it again. Like I said, this is an area of manipulation. Nice, nice. So Sam actually took it for a sell. Took it down real quick. Okay, cool. Yeah, retest of the pivots would have been nice. Price pushed up, retest came back down sharply. All right, guys, still no entries here for us. We're just gonna keep waiting. The buyers are in control right now currently. So the buyers became in control right here at 7:03. The confirmation was right here at 7:12. And price is pushing up a little further. See, Broxley's been in a buy. He's been on a buy since the 15-minute candle body open. Okay, so Brock's been holding a buy since down here. About like 7 o'clock or 7:15, I guess. So for the past 4 minutes, Brock's been holding the buy. So you've been holding the buy basically since this MPS right here, right? The MPS V2. Yeah, so Brock's been holding a buy since this area right here. He held on to it, and because of the red flag, he just held on to it longer. Price pushed up a little further. And this week's market conditions aren't they're not so good. Uh, I wouldn't say they're good at all, actually. We've had a lot of this consolidation happen. You guys can see my consolidation zones right here. Consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. Price pushes up. Eventually, we're going to get into another consolidation zone. I can already anticipate it. Gotcha. Yeah. So Barack over here, he was in a buy from earlier. He got out, took his profit, ran with it. Probably the smartest thing you can do in a market like this. I wouldn't hold on to anything for too long here. I mean, I'm glad that Sam here is using a trailing stop as well, because this market is so unpredictable. It's not the best type of market to be taking unnecessary risk, of course. All right, here's a clean chart again. A couple levels here. So looking at this here, I mean, price is in a really big range, it looks like. Consolidating now around this upper area. So it looks like price kind of just bounces between price zones. So we'll go right here, consolidate, push down, consolidate, push up, consolidate. Looks like the consolidation zone has kind of been down this middle area though. Like the actual consolidation zone. This looks like a fake out down here. And this is where price is looking to pull back into. Right, so it can consolidate within this middle area right here. Here's the SR chart. So looking at the support resistance chart, I mean, it's pretty messy, but it's respecting the zones. You can see where these rejections are happening. Kind of sitting down this middle point right now. Sitting around that middle point, it's pulling back down. So it's doing exactly what I mentioned. So when price is pushing up right here, I said, don't be surprised if price goes back into consolidation. This is kind of what happened yesterday with our entry, right? We were looking for that buy entry and price the candles got really small and it consolidated really hard around this area. So again, right here, we got a small consolidation point. Yeah, Barack said I see more probabilities on the buy side after the consolidations. Yeah, same here. So we had a little bit of consolidation right there. Prices pushing up, knocked out this liquidity target. The problem here is that even though we're getting to this upper area, there's all of these red flags up here. I mean, this is a whole red flag area, right? It's like a little minefield, it looks like. Um, it's going to be really hard to take entries around this point, guys. I'm going to try to look for something or get into something, but I mean, just looking at like the current structure, we have all of these red flags right here. So we do have some liquidity targets, but we have a New York high, market open, Asia high, news price, and London high up here. It's a tricky area to be trading in. And then if we get down here, the problem here is that we have all of these news prices. These are high impact news events. So, I mean, the only way I can really find entries is going to be like within these pockets, unless we start to get a big bullish push, right? If we get a big bullish push up here, then okay, great. We can start looking for entries up here. I just don't see that happening because the volatility is so low. Otherwise, price pushes down, we might have a little pocket here to look for entries. Or if it drops any lower from this point down here. It's just this area where price is currently sitting. It's not a good area to be looking for entries right now. A little tricky. So now that I'm looking at the market, it looks like the market is moving inefficiently. So we're going back to over here. See how price is back into the structure? It basically faked out down here. It made people, it basically trapped buyers. So see how price came down? It came down, trapped the buyers, and it pulled right back into the same range as yesterday. This black line here is yesterday's close. So this shows that the market here is moving inefficiently. It basically came down a little bit. It was inefficient over here. It came down, faked out, trapped some buyers, and came right back into the range. So if you look here, I mean, the plus minus basically of price movement from yesterday is not very high because this is yesterday's market close for US and price is back at where it was yesterday. In order for price to be efficient, you want price to be either red or you want it to be green, right? It's not red or green right now. It's like literally where it was yesterday. I mean, it might be red or green later today, but for the most part, at this very moment in time, it's literally where it closed yesterday for US market. So we'll keep looking over here. I mean, price again is up around this area. It's getting close to the market open here. You can't see the blue line because it's overlapped with this pink one over here, which is news price. But they are lined up on the same exact price point. Let's see, Sam said, so 5 and 15-minute liquidity sweep, looking for retracement for a buy. This is insane recovery. Yeah, I agree with you too, Sam. It is insane recovery, right? Price came down very sharply right here. It dumped. So the sellers were in control from up here. It dumped about almost 300 points. And then it corrected back from here. Another 300 points, right? The buyers have been back in control for recovery since this green line here that I marked up. So 703. Before any of this stuff happened, we already identified this as possible recovery to the upside. The good thing is that the analysis here is playing out nicely, right? I think that's the best part. The best part is the analysis here is playing. So it's been beneficial. So we have price climb up right here. Let's see the first. So here's the first pattern that we saw the buyers in control. We had a double body rejection there. Price pushed up a little further, and then we had another double body and engulfing right here. So during this consolidation phase, these are the two confirmations that the buyers were back in control, right? We had the swing over here. There's no confirmation until here, which was a small confirmation. The second confirmation is right here. So double body rejection, double body engulfing. Once this closed right here, this pushed up even higher. And it's now up, let's see, from this point here, it's up almost 50 points. So it's a good sign. Good solid sign right there for the buyers back in control. So what might happen here is price might come up to this opening price and it might come right back down. I mean, there's a lot of different things here. There's a lot of different analysis, a lot of different things that can kind of play out from this point. I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't shut out any other possibilities here because a lot of stuff can happen. Yeah, Christian said everything is a red flag. Yeah, it's a tricky area to be trading in right now. So the buyers have been in control for about, let's see, like usually the buyers or sellers they'll be in control for like, I would say maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes is kind of pushing it. So right now the buyers have been pushing for about 25 minutes. When it gets to that 30-minute mark, a lot of this stuff is time-based. It starts to usually flip the other way. Like things can't be pushing forever in one direction. Usually like 30 minutes to an hour, it's like, all right, we need to have this either retrace or reverse the other way. So looking at this over here, these sellers were in control for, let's see how long. For about 26 minutes, right? So the sellers were in control, we'll say about like 28 minutes. This is a clear example. The sellers were pushing down right here for about 28 minutes, and then price swung the other way. Price here is now pushing up for about 28, 27, 28 minutes. So it's going to be due for probably a retracement or a reversal at some point here. Because these directional pushes only last for so long, right? They can't go on forever. At some point, these buyers are going to have to offload their positions. So you just have to look at things from a psychological perspective, right? If you're buying here, at some point, you're going to want to get rid of your position or like offload at least half of your position or a portion of it. You don't have to offload all of it, but people are going to take profit at some point. You're not going to hold on to that position forever. So again, we will just wait. I was hoping we'd find another entry here, but the volatility looks like it's starting to die down pretty strongly. So I'm not sure if we're going to have another opportunity here. Where- Um, Square difference. Okay, 8:30 over there, Central Time. All right, not much going on right here. It looks like this. So, like I said, it's time based. So we have news right here that just happened. Mark this up as news. This is a gas stock change right here. It's not really doesn't really affect the market too much, but it's still relevant. So, crude oil stock change was negative. Gas stock change was positive. I don't see any reversal patterns here, but there may be a retracement from this point up here. Actually, so I do see a double body rejection. Let me draw a line there to make sure it's on the same level. Okay, yeah, it is. So looking at this here, the sellers might be back, or they might try to attempt to recontrol the market now. It did exactly what we talked about earlier, right? So I said it only lasts for about 30 minutes or so. This over here pushed up about 22 minutes. The sellers are now back in control at this point. The reason why I identify the sellers back in control is because there is a double wick rejection right here. This is a reversal pattern. So price got to this high point, reversal pattern right there. I'm looking for a couple, there's two patterns here actually. So we had a reversal and an engulfing. There's two. So these two is a double wick, and this right here is an engulfing. It engulfed this green candle right here. So we'll see how far the sellers push price down from here. This could either be considered one, a retracement, or two, it can be a full-on reversal. So price actually never reached the opening price. It got close to it, but didn't actually come back to retest the opening price. So a couple things here that I would be looking for. Barack, I know unfortunately it's not looking like we're going to get an entry here because the red flags, obviously the pink lines right here, but this could possibly be setting up for another MPSV2 if we have a red candle at some point. mean, this could be a possible entry right here, Barack. I'm not sure if this is something that you'd be looking for. Maria's asking, is that engulfing at 628 could be a reversal pattern? Yes, that's correct. So this here was a double wick, and the one right after it was a engulfing. So that's a reversal pattern right there. This right here, we're looking for that sell red candle to be closed below the momentum signal here. But it's going to be a little bit of a tricky area because all of the red flags, of course. It's not looking like this candle is going to close red anyway, so probably nothing there. Yeah, didn't end up closing. Looks like the volatility here is starting to die down a bit. So if you guys are looking to take an MPS V2, you need a red candle to close below this black line right here. So basically wherever price is currently right now, you want this to close below this black line. For me personally, I'm probably going to sit out of this. What I can see here is that price is actually just consolidating. Let me draw the consolidation zone right here. You know, it's just a repeat of like what's been happening all throughout the week. You can see these little pockets of consolidation. So it's not looking like this here is going to close as a red candle. We have about 5 seconds left on the candle here. No close. So obviously, as you guys can see, the market here is not moving.
Connection lost.
Got a connection lost over there on my thing. On my Ninja, it looks like it's back up. So no entry here yet. So, hey, Barack, you're back. I was just mentioning that we had a possible MPS V2 come up here, but the candle actually never closed below it. We're just back in the consolidation right here. So no reversal patterns to the upside. I don't see the buyers back in control just yet. But if they do be back in control, it'd be from right here. So you guys can see from the sell right, or from the push down right here, it's just a retracement. Price pushed up a little bit, consolidated, push up a little further, consolidated further, and now it looks like it might be trying to push back up higher from this point. Yeah, you didn't miss anything, Brock. It's just market's been doing the same thing it's been doing for the past couple of days. A lot of consolidation, a lot of sideways move, low volatility. Yeah, not too much here to work with. Yeah, there's not much here to take, guys. I mean, if there's something here that you guys are looking at or you want me to analyze anything, feel free to let me know. But looking at the current market structure here, there's not really too much to pull away from this. From where price is currently at, it's not the best. So there goes a consolidation. We've got, let's see, we got about 20 minutes till 8. We'll see if the volatility picks up at all. So what I've noticed yesterday, a lot, like yesterday, let me just show you guys. I went over this with Mike yesterday. Again, if you guys want to, there's an issue with NinjaTrader. It says unable to establish reconnection, panic mode. I don't know if you guys know. I saw this last week happen, yes, as well. All right, I'm back on. Yeah, usually when NinjaTrader acts up like that, it's something to be aware of. Okay, I think we're okay now. My, all right, we have a huge order, 100 contracts for a buy that just came in. 739. Let me go back real quick. So there's a 100 contract that just came in right here. Someone's trying to push price up. Big buy order right there. See if this here, see if it holds. If that's the case, let me see if there's any opportunities here for us to take some buys. The problem again here is that we have all of these red flags, so I would need price to really push above this area. And I'll look for some entries up here. Down here, maybe not so much, but up here, yeah, looking for something up there.
Connection lost.
My Ninja keeps disconnecting. Just be careful with your entries, guys. If you guys are using NinjaTrader, I keep getting connection lost on my end. And then one of my accounts, my Purdy account, went into panic mode for some reason. It couldn't reconnect. Oh. All right, let's see if price pushes above this area here. So what I want to see here is I want price to push above this area, retrace slightly, and push back up higher. If it gets to this area up here, I can start looking for some possible buys. 7:40 right now. We got 20 minutes till 8, so we got some time. Let's see, Sam said, wish for a sell-off here as retracement. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is double body rejection here, possibly if it closes red. The candles are extremely small, though. They're like little doji candles. Let's see what we got. All right, so this here did, let me see if it was on the same level, Sam. I mean, close enough. It's honestly so small that you can't even really tell. So let's see what happens here. What I'm looking for right here is okay, if this pushes up and it invalidates this higher high, then it's going to invalidate this reversal pattern here. This is actually going to be an engulfing. So depending on how this candle right here closes, if it eats this red candle, it's going to engulf and it's probably going to push up higher. Buyers have been in control since, or trying to be in control since 7:31. They've been trying to push price up since down here. Price did get stuck in this consolidation, of course. I guess we'll see what happens here. If this candle does engulf, I think it's going to push up higher. And it did. Another big buy order right there. Someone is trying to push price up. There's someone that's dropping like 50 contracts, 100 contracts, 20 contracts, 50 contracts. So there's someone who is in the market right now. They're trying their hardest to push price up. I don't know if it's a market maker or institution. I don't know if they're trying to just like trick people into chasing these buys, but there are big buy orders that are flooding into the market. The only big buy orders today were for buys. At 7:43, we had 50 contracts come in. At 7:39, we had 100 contracts come in. This is like one big block order. It's not clusters. These are just one huge order that came in. And then earlier this morning, I believe there was another one too. Yeah. And then earlier this morning, there was a contract, 54 contracts for a buy at 7:03. So since 7:03, okay, and that's where the start happened right here. So it looks like it's either a market maker institution, some sort of market player. Since 7:03 right here, they put a big 54 contract or 60 contracts. They put another 100 contracts somewhere around here, and they dropped another 50 contracts right here for buys. They're either there's two things that could be happening with those big contract orders. It's either a big player that's exiting a big position that they got into, so they probably got in, and then they started to offset their buys. That's why or they offset their sells actually. Let me see. Or they're getting stopped out. So it could be a big player here who was I mean, the thing with these orders is it doesn't tell you if they're like if they're entering the market or if they're offsetting a position. Because about 60 contracts came in over here, 100 contracts came in over here, and then 50 more contracts came in over here. So it's either someone's getting stopped out or someone's entering the market. Either way, there's a bunch of buyers that came in. So if that's the case, I mean, it's still creating liquidity to the upside. So we'll keep watching for it, but I mean, looking at where price is currently at right now, it looks like we're just back into consolidation again. It's just yeah, it's just another area of consolidation, it looks like. And there we go again. So this midpoint right here is basically the middle point of this consolidation range. The lower range is right here, consolidated, price pushed above, and now it's consolidating and ranging above this area here. So this is the big range between these two, this zone and this zone down here. And then this middle point is kind of the median of this consolidation zone. All right, I guess we'll keep trying to look, guys, but I mean, it's getting closer to 8 o'clock. The volatility here is starting to die down. If you guys do want to keep trading, I'd probably wait an hour. So wait an hour after 8 o'clock and then just kind of look for entries from there. Let's see, Lamar said 3 profitable trading days, 3 profitable days towards the Apex eval. Catch y'all tomorrow. Yeah, definitely, Lamar. Congrats to you. Keep the consistency, man. If you can keep that up and just keep locking in winning days, I think you'll be solid. Today I made a little bit of profit, nothing crazy. I took a partial over here from this because I got in incorrectly. I mean, I made a decent profit. Nothing crazy, but I made decent profit on that. See, Barack said he hopped in. So Barack, you're in here for a buy then, right? So you take the buy right here. Looks like retracement, and then you entered from right here. Assuming you're still holding on to the position. This is kind of a tight position here. This is yeah, it was at the red flag, Barack. This pink line right here. I would have taken it if it wasn't at the red flag, but it's okay. I mean, if you're in it, you're in it, but nothing you can do now. Yeah, unfortunately, looks like this here pulled back very sharply. Yeah, another example of why we avoid the red flags here. Yeah, there was like I mean, it was close to the sessions right here too, Brock. So it was, like I said, it's a little minefield right here. We had news price. So there was actually a lot of red flags around here. It was news price. It's also opening price. If I move this pink line, the blue line is right below it, or right on the same exact price. This is news price, opening price, and the sessions right here, and then it's more news price right here as well. So it's all good, bro. Just, remember in the future that You know, these red flags are red flags for a reason. This is how I got caught in a trade last week. That's why I knew I was going to take any risks. Um, Last week I had the same issue, bro. I entered at the red flag. I was like, oh, it's just that news price. And I was like, oh, news price isn't that strong. And what happened is price did a complete, reversal on me. Let's see. Sam said solid V1 for a sell. So the V1 right here, yeah. I would say the sellers are attempting to be back in control. I'll just mark a red line right here. Yeah, Sam said he didn't take it, but it was a nice little setup right there. A double body rejection. Very small, but actually, I don't know if this here would line up exactly. It's a little off, just a little bit. But there is an engulfing right here. So even if this here wasn't considered a double body, there's an engulfing candle right here. This one ate this green candle. So this is another reversal pattern to the downside. Only problem here is we don't have volatility, right? So the consolidation right here is still consolidating. I think this is one of those NFP weeks where the week just sucks, right? Like we talked about this on Monday. There's three ways NFP can go. So I'll just kind of type it up right here. Three ways NFP trading week can go. Very good, very bad, very neutral. Like this is usually how it is. I mean, it's either going to be a really good week where we have like a bunch of wins and we make a ton of profit, very bad where we have a lot of losses, or a very neutral. We're more on the very neutral side because we didn't have very many wins or losses this week. The loss yesterday was my mistake because I got in and I shouldn't have gotten in, right? There was no volatility. The candle didn't close above the target like where it was supposed to. So we have more of a very neutral market. I don't see it being very good because we're like 3 days into the week. We only have a few trades that have come up. I mean, we have some wins here, but I wouldn't consider it a very good week. I wouldn't consider it very bad because we don't really have very many losses. The only loss we took yesterday was my mistake. I should have just waited a little longer, but I got in and I didn't pull out when it was in profit. So I'm considering this a very neutral week. So this can change, this can change tomorrow. Whenever it's a very neutral week, usually it's going to be slow Monday to Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, the volatility just skyrockets and it goes very high. So I mean, I'm going to hold off and I'm just going to protect my capital until tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow the market will be moving a lot smoother, and then from there we can start to take more entries. Yeah, there's not much going on here. This is, straight consolidation right here. So it's been consolidating for about 10-20 minutes now, or longer actually. From this point right here up until here, price has been consolidating for about 27 minutes. Consolidated down here a little bit, broke above, consolidated even further. And not much else. So like I said, guys, it's best you don't have to take entries every single day. I took an entry today, made a partial profit. You guys can see my profit here. Could have taken the second one, but it was at the red flag, so obviously I didn't take it. But these are my profits for the day. It's not a lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20. So I made about like maybe 3,000 for the day across all my accounts, or maybe 4,000 because this isn't all my accounts. There's another 20 accounts above. So I made some profit right there, nothing too crazy. It was a partial move, wasn't a full
Connection
move.
lost.
And my NinjaTrader keeps disconnecting. I don't know if you guys can hear it on your end, but it keeps saying connection lost. Another reason for me to not take any more trades for the day. Let's see, Sam said, I do not know why my brain is asking for a retracement. I don't want to buy a top. Yeah, exactly. Sam, I mean, it's hard to tell here who's really in control, right? Because so let's see. I mean, the real moves happen right here. The sellers really push price down from here. The buyers really push price up from here, but since here, I would say down this middle area, this has kind of just been going sideways. So from 725 up until now, we've had this consolidation. So the fact for the past 30 minutes, there hasn't really been anybody who's in control, whether it be sellers or buyers. If anything, it's like a temporary sell, temporary buy, temporary sell, and then nothing else. It's just, slow market here, of course. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you guys want to learn this strategy that I'm doing, I just had a mentoring session with Mike. So I have the criteria here. For Mike, I put some criteria that's not necessary, like the trend. I don't really use the trend because I'm looking at who's in control versus the trend. I just put the trend there to help Mike understand. So here are the requirements right here. Again, you don't really need these requirements. You don't need to confirm the trend, but I put that there for Mike so that he has like some sort of bias. For me, like my bias here is a little more complicated because I'm looking at like who's in control and I'm looking for reversal patterns. If you know how to do this already, then you can just flip number one with, identifying the bias. But if you guys want to watch this, and then understand like how I explained it to Mike, just go to the YouTube channel. So YouTube.com, and I'll copy this link. And I'll post it in the Zoom if anybody wants to watch it. It was a mentoring session with Mike. It was a one-on-one private mentoring session. He's the person I'm mentoring for this month. So, you'll probably see more videos here of me going over stuff with him. But I think it was a good video. It showed him how the strategy worked. I told him what to focus on, and he's going to go and back test it as much as he can while trying to take these entries on his own as well. So, learn the strategy there, and this is kind of this is a basic criteria. There's obviously more criteria here, like waiting for the market to stabilize, identifying structure, identifying consolidation, avoiding trades at consolidation, red flag, etc. There's a lot of different things, but this is like the basic gist of like what we're looking for: momentum signal, retracement, continuation above momentum signal, and then you enter on the candle. Just the basic criteria for entry. Glenn's asking, are those 40 accounts all funded? Yeah, I mean, there's 20 PA accounts for Apex. There's 20 accounts or more than 20 accounts. I think 25 accounts that are, I have more than 40 accounts. So 20 accounts are Apex PAs, 20 accounts are, or more than 20 accounts. I think 25 accounts are, they're live funds. So they're for the hedge fund. Those are all like real accounts, like real money, not funded accounts. And then I have 7 Tradeify accounts that are funded. They're straight to funded. And then I have 1 Perdia. So I probably have like 50 accounts or more. I don't know. But yeah, those are all the accounts that I have. So let's see. I'm gonna close my NinjaTrader. I have another panic button here that came up. It's one of the hedge clients. So that one of my hedge clients is unable to reestablish connection, panic mode. So I'm just gonna close out my Ninja. I don't think it's necessary for me to risk anything here, especially if it's like connection issue all around. All right, let me turn off my laptop. Turned off right there. Sam said, cool, love to watch it. Sean, thanks for leaving it for public view. Yeah, no problem. If you guys want to watch it, feel free to watch it. It's just a one-on-one mentoring session. If you guys want to see how I mentor, you can watch that. If you guys want to be mentored by me, sign up. I've started to teach Mike, and I like teaching. Like there's gonna be times where I like to teach and times where I don't like to teach. I think right now is kind of a good time for me to mentor people because obviously the market's kind of sideways and it's boring. So with me mentoring new people, it helps me really understand the market in different perspectives. So yeah, if you guys are interested, watch that video. If you guys like the mentoring there and you want to be mentored by me, feel free to send me a message. If you guys have access to the indicators, let me know. We can probably work something out. So let's see. Yeah, Sam said another V1 for sell, of course. Yeah, so the thing with these V1s is that they're good, but they're not good in a sense that they're in a consolidation zone, right? I think if they were not consolidating, it'd be a different story. But because these here are like, yeah, there's a V1 pattern right there, double body rejection. Because they're consolidating, it's like tricky because you get a V1 pattern here, and then you get a V1 pattern down here, and you get another one up here. And it's just a bunch of V1 patterns, but it doesn't actually push in any direction. Thing is, the sellers are still in control here, sort of. Control here from 742. And price just really hasn't pushed anywhere. You know, we had an engulfing right here. We had a double body rejection right here, but not enough to really push price any lower. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, today was it was a very consolidation heavy day. You can see over here, I have my consolidation levels drawn up. We had consolidation here pre-market, consolidation on open, price pushed down a little bit, some consolidation midway, consolidation right here for the reversal, consolidation push up, and pretty much price has been in this consolidation zone since 725. So a little over 30 minutes. Price here has been within this consolidation zone, which is not exactly where you want to be trading. And the volatility here is kind of dead. So if you do want to take some entries, I would say wait until like maybe 9 o'clock. Look for price to kind of push above this area. If price does push past this this area over here, then you might be better off taking trades up here. Vice versa, if price pushes down here, wait for price to kind of either get within this middle area down here or even lower. But I would just wait. I would wait until 9 o'clock, probably 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, volatility will pick back up, and then you can start looking for entries from there. Otherwise, I would just sit out, wait until tomorrow, come back fresh, and then look for some more entries as we continue on with this NFP trading week. So. All right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, or one question right here, Brock said, Sean, what's your Apex promo? Yeah, let me give it to you. So this Apex, guys, if you guys want to get some new Apex accounts, it's 80% off right now. It expires today. So here is the here's the code right there. This code right here, Barack. So use that code and that link right there. So I'll put this over here if you guys are looking to take it. This is the admin code. So if you guys want to use this will give you the highest promo available. It might even be higher than the 80%. I'm in the admin group with Apex, so they give like this specific code is like the one that the admins use. So like whatever is the highest code, even if it's not publicized, it's going to give you whatever is the highest. So if you guys want to use it, Apex is 80% off right now. It's 80% off and then half off resets and $100 PA fee. So it's it's a really good deal if you guys sign up for it. I mean, there's better deals sometimes, but it doesn't happen very often. Like we had the 90% off deal that happened a lot last year. I don't think that's coming back, to be honest. I don't really think it's coming back. We have Barack over here. So Barack over here locked in some good profit for the day. He locked in 3,390 on his first account and 2,560 on his second account right here. Nice work, Barack. And a good thing they copied all of them. But all right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you guys then.